Welcome. Today is Sunday, March 10th, 2019. Here's what's what. Jan Michael Vincent, the 1980s heartthrob best known for his role on TV's Airwolf, has died. Jan Michael actually died back on February 10th after suffering cardiac arrest while a patient at a North Carolina hospital. His death was not reported until March 8th. No autopsy was performed, and he was later cremated. His hit CBS Airwolf made him a huge star. At the time, he was reportedly the highest-paid actor at $200,000 per episode. Jan Michael played helicopter pilot Stringfellow Hawk on the show, but the series lasted only a couple seasons, largely in part to the star's cocaine abuse. His acting career would ultimately suffer from it. Jan Michael nearly died in 2012 from an infection that required his right leg to be amputated. Jan Michael also starred opposite Burt Reynolds in the 1978 film Hooper and co-starred with Kim Basinger in the 1981 film Hard Country. He was a steady working actor in Hollywood for 3 decades and appeared in tons of old classics like Lassie, Bonanza, and Gunsmoke. He was married at least twice and had a daughter with his first wife. Jan Michael was 73. A Virgin Atlantic charter flight from Barbados to London Gatwick Airport was placed into quarantine Wednesday morning after 50 passengers and crew were struck by coughing fits and nausea. The Airbus A330 aircraft, identified as Flight VS610, landed at the airport at 5:13 a.m. Wednesday, with passengers and crew quarantined on arrival by Southeast Coast Ambulance Service. The flight crew called ahead to the airport to let authorities know that a large number of the 448 people on board had fallen ill while on the flight to London. As soon as the flight landed, medics entered the airliner wearing masks, removing the passengers who had become ill and took them to a holding area. The remaining passengers were allowed to disembark and continue on their journey. It was the official diet of 2018, and the keto diet's popularity doesn't appear to be waning in 2019. The keto diet was developed in the 1920s to treat epilepsy patients who weren't responsive to traditional medicine. Recently, the diet has been getting attention from women on forums and social media asking fellow female keto dieters if they're experiencing keto crotch. Average people and celebrities alike have touted the diet's benefits, which include quick weight loss and increased energy. As with most diets, the medical profession has warned of health concerns that include an increased risk of heart disease and diabetes, and many say that initially there are flu-like symptoms and loss of libido as the body adapts to low-carb lifestyle. The basic premise of the diet is the consumption of extremely low-carb, high-fat foods. Foods change the pH of the body. When this happens, the body will emit certain odors. A pH imbalance can stimulate bad bacteria growth, which may cause vaginal irritation, odor, and infections. A high-fat diet, particularly saturated fat, like on the keto diet, increases vaginal pH and therefore increases the risk of bacterial vaginosis. Men are also complaining they're experiencing a number of unpleasant side effects as well, including body odor and bad breath. This diet is not meant to be followed for a long period of time, and it's deficient in a number of essential nutrients. If you're concerned that the low-carb diet you're following is giving you bad breath and ketosis body odor, you can easily cure it by adding carbs back into your diet. Marshall Brodien, the Emmy-winning performer who played Wizzo the Wizard on the Bozo show, has died. He was 84. Brodien had been battling Alzheimer's disease since a diagnosis in 2007. Brodien became a fixture on children's TV for his work on the Bozo show, which aired for more than 40 years until ending its long run in 2001. Brodien, who had been making semi-regular guest appearances since 1968, later appeared as a wizard character in an Arabian Nights-inspired costume which evolved into Wizzo the Wizard by the early 1970s. Wizzo became popular on the show for the catchphrase "Doody Doody Doo." In addition to an Emmy Award, Brodien also received the Chicago TV Academy's Silver Circle Hall of Fame. Brodien designed magic trick sets for children through a company called Keto Toys. One of his Wizzo costumes is in the Bozo's Circus collection of the Museum of Broadcast Communications. He's survived by his wife Mary, 6 children and stepchildren, and 14 grand and great-grandchildren. Turning to birthdays for today, March 10th. Sharon Stone is 61 today. Sharon's an American actress and former fashion model. After modeling in television commercials and print advertisements, she went on to appear in films such as Above the Law and Basic Instinct. She found mainstream prominence with her part in the action film Total Recall. Chuck Norris turns 79. Norris is an American martial artist, actor, film producer, and screenwriter. He appeared in a number of action films such as Way of the Dragon, in which he starred alongside Bruce Lee, Good Guys Wear Black, The Octagon, Lone Wolf McQuade, Code of Silence, The Delta Force, and Missing in Action 1, 2, and 3. He played the title role in the television series Walker, Texas Ranger from 1993 until 2001. Mitch Gaylord is 58. Mitch is an American gymnast and Olympic gold medalist. In the 1984 Summer Olympic Games, Mitch led the gold medal-winning U.S. men's gymnastics team, becoming the first American gymnast to score a perfect 10.00 in the Olympics. He also won the silver medal in vault, the bronze in parallel bars, and the bronze in the rings. In addition to his individual accolades, he led the U.S. men's gymnastics team to a gold medal in the team competition for the first and only time in Olympics history. Fullei Fresh of Miami, Florida is voluntarily recalling organic bean sprouts because it has the potential to be contaminated with Listeria monocytogenes, an organism which can cause serious and sometimes fatal infections in young children, frail or elderly people, and others with weakened immune systems. Healthy individuals may suffer only short-term symptoms such as high fever, severe headache, stiffness, nausea, abdominal pain, and diarrhea. Organic bean sprouts were shipped to Whole Foods markets and Freedom Fresh on February 18, 2019. The product is packaged as 4 ounces in plastic clamshells. It has a lot code 041 and a sell-by date of February 28, 2019. This information is printed in black ink on the package label. The UPC code is 017442052108. This recall was voluntarily issued after the Florida Department of Agriculture pulled a sample from a store shelf. To date, Fullei Fresh has not been informed of any illnesses associated with this recall. These products should be thrown away or returned to the place of purchase. When you see the thinnest of crescent moons, just before and after the new moon, you may see a glorious phenomenon called EARTHSHINE. It's the faint glow of our planet's reflection on the lunar surface. It gives the dark, unlit portion of the moon an eerie radiance. This is unique in all of the universe. Only the moon is near enough to reflect back our own light. Look on your moon phase calendar for the 2 days before and after the new moon. Each evening at dusk, the thin crescent moon gloriously displays earthshine. The best time of the year to experience this phenomenon is in late winter and early spring. The phases of Earth and the moon are complementary. When the moon is a skinny crescent, lunar colonists would see Earth in their sky as nearly full. Conversely, when the moon is full, then our world is new in the moon's sky, and they only see our night hemisphere. Only when the moon is a thin crescent does its sunless portion receive the brilliance of a virtual full Earth. With 4 times the moon's diameter and 3.5 times its shininess, Earth is over 100 times more brilliant than the moon appears to us, even when it's full. Earthshine is sunlight that's taken a detour. Sunshine hits us, bounces to the moon, then enough bounces back to our eyes to enable us to see it. It's a 3-way trip, making the glow on the moon's dark side older than the direct sunlight illuminating the brightly lit crescent. Therefore, if the sun were to blow up, the bright crescent would vanish first, but the dimmer earthshine would linger for an additional 3 seconds, light's round-trip time from Earth to the moon. A 116-year-old Japanese woman who loves playing the board game Othello is being honored as the world's oldest living person by Guinness's World Records. The global authority on records officially recognized Kana Tanaka in a ceremony Saturday at the nursing home where she lives in Fukuoka in Japan's southwest. Her family and the mayor were present to celebrate. Tanaka was born January 2, 1903, the seventh among 8 children. She married Hideo Tanaka in 1922, and they had 4 children and adopted another child. She's usually up by 6 a.m. and enjoys studying mathematics. The previous oldest living person was another Japanese woman, Chio Miyako, who died in July at age 117.